Here is everything that you don't want to miss out on from the GTA Online event. As per usual, we can expect some different discounts in this video. Also, the bonus money this week wasn't too bad. If anything, there was just a lot of things with the bonuses. So yeah, without wasting any more time, let's get into this video. We will of course be starting things off with the date of this event, or at least when it ends, and the end date of this event will be February 13th, with February 12th being the last complete day. This event week will also be the last time that you guys can do these Lunar New Year bonuses and collect these different rewards. Some of these things are actually really nice. I did collect all of them Yuan Bao collectibles. I would recommend doing that as well because I'm guessing this outfit will be pretty rare in the future. I mean, in terms of future, we don't really have too long until GTA 6 apparently, but yeah, if you guys like collectibles or something, or even rare things, this will be a great time to do them before they eventually go. The weekly challenge that we had for this event week was to participate in 3 drift races, and this will get you guys that $100,000. Now, one thing that I also forgot to mention, in fact I left it out, was that there is 3 new drift races. Obviously these things will probably stay in the game, and with this being a sort of don't miss out video, there's no point including them, but that will be a great thing to do with this weekly challenge. And the best part about this one is that you can do it solo. So for any of you guys who play solo, this will be a nice $100,000 for free pretty much. You don't even need to have a drift car to start these drift races, so honestly really good. Moving on to some bonus money in this event, we first of all had a triple money and RP bonus on the new community series. So this will be only on some select ones that Rockstar have actually picked to place into the game, but for the most part these community series are really underrated. I would say they can be really fun. Sometimes Rockstar even pick a survival from the community series. Unfortunately there was no survivals, and there hasn't been one with some bonus money for such a long time, but even then the stunt races from the community tab are still super good. Following with this triple money and RP bonus, we now have our double money and RP bonuses, and this is where things get a bit different because we have all of these things here. So at the top here we can see that we have the drift races with the bonus, and then a 4 times bonus for GTA Plus members. We also have them LS tags, the exotic exports, and the running back adversary mode. All of these things will be pretty good. There is not really a best money method, I would say. In fact, I would actually say that the exotic exports will probably be the worst one, and the only reason is because these things are a sort of RNG based thing where you have to wait in GTA Online sessions for a specific time and then they spawn, but other than that they can still make you guys some pretty nice money. For the discounts in this event, we first of all had a 50% off both of these vehicles here. Now even with a 50% discount, would I say any of these ones are worth it? In my opinion at least, I would say no, but just remember this is completely personal preference. It depends what you want to buy, so I would actually recommend checking these vehicles out on their respective websites. And then for our 30% discounts, we have the Eclipse Boulevard Garage Property, the Ubermax Cypher, the Chebarek, FR36, the Future GTX, the Jester RR, and then the Vulcan Nebula Turbo. I mentioned this in one of the previous videos, but a lot of these ones are drift vehicles. In fact, everything obviously apart from the property at the top will be a drift upgradable car. If you guys are not big into drifting, I would probably say that the Jester RR is the best vehicle on the list. And even if you guys are into drifting, I would still say that the Jester RR and probably the FR36 will be the best options, with things like the Cypher and potentially the Future GTX just slowly behind. And of course, if you guys want more space for these different cars, you want to buy that Eclipse Boulevard Garage Property. It is a great property actually because it is just a garage. You can also use a different customization option for it, and saving just a little bit of money on this will still be really nice. And now of course we have our gun van primary discount. So if you guys go over to the gun van just before this event ends, you will be able to find a 30% off the compact EMP launcher, and if you have a GTA Plus membership, a 40% off for the combat shotgun and a free L Strickler military rifle. All in all, I don't think that's too bad. It makes the gun van at least somewhat useful. I would also go here to check on the different weapons because they will refresh, and something that is also refreshed will be the new FIB Priority File. You guys will just have a few more days to complete this one, and for this event it was the Project Breakaway file. Now I have played every single file and I still think that this one, in my opinion at least, is probably the second best file. I still have yet to complete this one, but if you guys own the Darnell Bros Garment Factory, I would 100% recommend doing it. I mean, making $300,000 just for completing this will still be pretty worth it. And very similar to these FIB Priority Files, I also think that the Salvage Yard Robberies are almost the same sort of thing. So if you guys have a Salvage Yard, I would at least try and do the top tier vehicle, also known as the vehicle that sells for the most cash. And then of course, if you have the time, just do all 3 of them and sell them to Yusuf Amir to make some really good cash. If you do that, you should be able to make upwards of $1 million pretty easily. Just remember, it will also depend on if you complete some of the different challenges in the salvage yard robberies. So yeah, definitely try and do that. Next, we have the new Lucky Wheel Podium vehicle, and for this week we had the Komodo. If you guys like the look of this and don't want to miss out on this completely free vehicle, just spin the lucky wheel, and if you can see it is not landing on what you want to get, you can just close your GTA application, load it back up, and do the spin again. And eventually, after doing that after some time, you might be able to get what you want, for example this Lucky Wheel Podium vehicle. Another free vehicle was at the LS car meet, so for the prize ride we have the Itali GTB. At the time of this video, you might just have enough time to complete this one, because you need to place top 3 in the LS car meet series for 3 days in a row. I would definitely recommend trying to do it, because the Itali GTP just looks really nice, and if you guys get this for free, you will be saving a lot of money. Onto Simeone's Autoshop vehicles this week, we have all of these ones on screen. Some of these are actually so good, I think. Now, I did try and search if any of these vehicles were removed, and it turns out I don't think any of them are. Of course, if they were removed, I would have underlined them in red. The Vorschlag Hammer is one of the newer type of vehicles, along with the FR36, and the last 3 are pretty unique vehicles, I would probably say. Another really cool thing about all of these vehicles at Simeone's Autoshop is that they all have that drift tuning upgrade available, but just keep in mind it will cost you guys $200,000 no matter which drift vehicle you want to do. But let me just say to you guys, it is extremely fun. I would just recommend buying one vehicle that has this drift tuning upgrade. You don't need all of them or anything, especially when some of these are just so much better than other drift vehicles. For example, the FR36 I think is at least top 2, and I have tried the new Shebaruk with that upgrade and it does not even come close. So yeah, definitely give these ones a test drive without the drift tuning as well. That will be really beneficial. Next, we have the Luxury Autos dealership cars. For this event, we had the Envisage and the Canis Terminus. I would say choose whichever one you guys want. Then again, I probably would actually expect a lot of you guys to skip this one. Maybe you might purchase the Envisage because of its looks, but in my opinion at least, I recommend actually skipping this week for the luxury dealership, and you will not even be able to actually test drive these ones. So before we move on, I also heard some really good things about the Canis Terminus. I believe it might have been the police vehicle though. Obviously this one is sort of the civilian type of one, and like I've already said, I think the only downside here is not being able to test drive them. But for a place where test driving things is pretty much the standard, we have our LS Car Meet Test Track standard vehicles. So we have the Silvestre, the SC1, and also the FMJ, with the HSW test ride being the Brioso R/A. I actually think that the standard test track vehicles are just so much better this week. Obviously the SC1 and the FMJ were removed in the past, which does add a sort of unique feel to them, because after this event week they might be removed again. For me at least, the vehicle that I would choose would be the FMJ. I just think it just looks the best. It also performs pretty well. And then of course the last thing that we have in this entire event week will be our time trials. So in this event we had the new premium race, which was cutting corridors, the standard time trial, which was Galileo Park, and HSW time trial, which was East Vinewood to Vespucci Beach. I always recommend that you guys complete these things. I always seem to complete the HSW time trial at the start of event weeks, so I do not have to worry about it again for the entire week, and that one of course pays out a massive $250,000. So yeah guys, that was pretty much everything from the event week that you don't want to miss out on. The only thing that I did leave out was them 3 new drift vehicles and drift races, but as I previously mentioned, these things will probably not be going for quite a long time. I believe it will be a pretty permanent thing. Obviously the 3 vehicles with the drift tuning upgrade will be, but we have seen Rockstar remove some different races, also adversary modes in the past, but as of right now I believe they are staying for the long run. So yeah guys, what do you like the most from this entire event? What have you played the most as well in terms of bonus money? Make sure that you leave a comment below and let me know that. And yeah, as always, if you guys went on to enjoy this video or found it useful in some way, shape or form, make sure to leave a like. I always appreciate your support. And if you are new here and like what you see, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon to never miss a video. Finally guys, stay safe, thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.